I can't believe I ever thought this was the peak of handheld design. The 3DS was such an exciting console when it came out. The DS itself, the original DS, was one of my favorite handhelds and favorite systems really of all time. Just love the library that thing had. And the 3DS was backwards compatible. It was supposed to build off of the original DS's success. I thought it was going to have some incredible games, incredible stuff, and it did, you know? But with the design of the 3DS, man, when it originally came out, I thought it looked beautiful. It had that nice glossy sheen to it. It had this like layered effect going on. So the top was a different color, the middle was a different color, and the bottom was another color, like a black color. Much easier to tell on the blue Model 3DS. Not so much here on the black, the Cosmo Black model, but you can see a little bit there. The bottom was more gray, the middle was a little more in the black department, and then the top itself was a little darker than that. I think they called it something like the ice cream sandwich look or something like that, or maybe I made that up. But yeah, the original 3DS was a great looking system. It had some flaws though. Those bottom buttons down there were like hard to press, and when you close the system itself, this little ridge on the bottom from the touchscreen would end up scratching the top screen, which unfortunately was not a great thing. Obviously, you didn't want the top screen to get scratched, that nice 3D screen. And once you actually got your hands on this thing and started playing around with it, you could kind of tell that this hardware was a little bit rushed, or like it wasn't exactly the best thing Nintendo could do. You know, with their handhelds, they're always going to iterate on it. They're always going to try to bring out new models, and that's exactly what they did with the 3DS. After this 3DS came out back in March of 2011, I believe, they released a new 3DS, not the new 3DS, but the Nintendo 3DS XL about a year and a half later in August of 2012. I don't have that system anymore. I used to have it. I did buy it when it came out. I was like, I need those bigger screens. I think they were advertised as 90% bigger than the original 3DS here. And I thought that system was a nice big upgrade. They fixed the issue, you know, that they had with the top screen scratching a bit. They added these little rubber nubs. So when you close the system, the top screen wouldn't touch the bottom screen. They added physical buttons for the start, select, and home menu. They just made a lot of good improvements there. And the Nintendo 3DS XL, it lasted for a good while before they upgraded the system again. Fast forward all the way to February of 2015 when the new 3DS XL here was released in North America. I think that was about 2.5 years after the 3DS XL itself. And they obviously added this really weird naming scheme, the new 3DS XL. Man, that was very confusing for probably a lot of people back then. And the even more confusing thing was this system, along with its little cousin, the regular new 3DS, was announced in August of the previous year in a Japanese-only direct. And for some reason, when the new 3DS released in North America, they only released this XL version. I don't know if they were trying to make sure that people wouldn't get confused, or if, you know, they just wanted the XL model to be the model for North America. But in Japan, they released the regular new 3DS as well as the new 3DS XL at the same time. Whereas, like I said, North America only got this XL model in February. And then finally here, we have the regular new 3DS. Like I mentioned, this came out in North America about 7 months later in September of 2015. By that point, I'm not sure how many people actually wanted this version of the system. I don't know if they had... Don't remember if Nintendo actually announced that this was coming to the US, or if they kind of announced that later after the new 3DS XL was announced. But I know plenty of people were disappointed at first that we didn't get this model, because Nintendo advertised this to have swappable cover plates here. These two little plates on the bottom and the top, you can kind of tell they're slightly different colored, and that's because they're actually cover plates that you can replace and swap and customize how you want. Unfortunately, the new 3DS XL did not have any swappable faceplates or anything like that. It was just kind of how you bought it. You bought the system and you got what you got. You got the design you got. So a lot of the original models were kind of basic. They had a black version and I think a red maroonish color. And then they released some special editions like this Majora's Mask 3DS XL, which is very pretty, and a Metroid one that I really wish I got. But anyway, this was definitely not customizable, not as fun, I would say, as the regular new 3DS. So these cover plates were really cool. I think they just allowed for so much customizability, and just they gave you the freedom to kind of, you know, express yourself in a way that other systems don't allow you to do as much. They ended up releasing, I think, around 70 different cover plates in Japan. I don't believe North America or Europe got quite as many as that, but you know, that's still quite a few different cover plates. A lot of them were themed around Mario, different video game franchises, Pokemon, Animal Crossing, things like that. So the way this actually worked is that Nintendo made the stylus in a way where you could actually use the little edge of the stylus here, the corner, to dig into this little notch here that would allow you to take off the cover plate. But honestly, like, it's just easier to use your fingers. So if you just use your finger and kind of remove the cover plate just like that, take it off really nice and easy, and then you've got the inside here, the barcode with some text and whatnot. The bottom, unfortunately, is a little bit tougher because you've got these screws on the left and right side, so you're gonna have to unscrew those. And I've got my handy little screwdriver here, but it's really not that hard. You just unscrew it, each little screw there, until you hear a little click, and then you can take this off, and boom, you've got the battery, and you can see the micro SD card slot is there. But yeah, just removing these cover plates is super easy, and then adding new ones is just as easy, where you just pop it back in. As I mentioned, Nintendo released quite a few of these cover plates, and I've got a bunch of them here that I wanted to check out, you know, kind of go through these designs, and I'll open a couple of these as well. Some of these are sealed still, but I'll go ahead and open them and kind of show you what it looks like on the new 3DS itself. But Nintendo released these individually, obviously, like this, and they also released them in bundles with the 3DS. There was like a Pokemon bundle that came with a cover plate for Pokemon Blue and Pokemon Red version. They had like a digital copy of Pokemon Red and Blue in that bundle. And there was other bundles that came with like maybe other Mario themed cover plates and things like that. So, I mean, you could go out of your way. They were only like $15 at the time, I think, which is not too bad for little cover plates like this. Some of them may have been more expensive, but I'll get to that a little bit later. For now, though, let's take some of these out. Let's check out how they look on the new 3DS itself and, you know, kind of compare and contrast the designs. So we've got this Mario one here. It is actually still sealed, and I think the way you open it is just kind of like, it's a little bit of a brutal process. You just got to tear it there, and I think from here I can just take it out of the case itself and then kind of preserve that if I really want to. And then they just pop off here, and you've got your two little cover plates down here. And you can see this is actually like a more shiny looking cover plate. It's really, really nice looking, glossy. Probably gets scratched up easy, but you know, you can take care of it. Make sure you don't get these too damaged. And let's see how this looks on the system itself. All right, so I'm just gonna pop in this bottom cover here, put the notches in, pop it in. I'm not gonna screw it all the way in at the moment. Then you got the top cover plate. You can kind of notch those in as well, just like that. Boom. There you go. There you have it. The weird thing about these cover plates is they kind of designed it in a way so that, you know, it's meant to be seen when the system is opened up. But when you have it closed like this, it's weird because it's like upside down a little bit. You can flip it around like this and it kind of becomes more, you know, it makes more sense to people. But once you open it up, just like that, then you can see this looks really cool. I really like this. Once again, it adds so much personality to the system itself. Other than being just like a little plain white or black system. Now you got some actual character. You got Mario on here. It's really cool. And like I mentioned, this is a more glossy style of cover plate. The original one that came with it, the white one or the off-white one, whatever you want to call it, that's more of a matte finish. The cool thing they did with these cover plates is they actually made different ones with different textures. So right here, I've got this felt cover plate. This one is actually made of felt, and it actually has like a nice soft touch to it. So you can add this to your 3DS and have a 3DS that feels like very soft and felty. It's so cool, so different. And I don't know, it's just not something I expected to see from Nintendo when they showed these cover plates off. They also released this wooden looking cover plate. So this one has more of a wood finish to it, and it actually, again, has that feeling of kind of wood to it. I don't know if it's actually wooden. They may have one layer of wood on there, but I mean, it's definitely plastic, but I don't know what they did. It could be like a little vinyl here, but like I said, it just looks like a wood finish here, and it kind of has that feeling to it. So again, very cool that they did this and added just a little bit of uniqueness to even these more basic designs with Mario on it. So very cool. So it wasn't just the Mario franchise that got cover plates either. Here we got these Animal Crossing cover plates. I really love this one because it's just kind of this block style pattern with a bunch of characters on it. And most importantly, we got Bill down here, the best villager. So Bill is being represented well, and I appreciate that very much. But yeah, this one's awesome. This looks great. Makes your 3DS look nice and pretty. Pop that one on. And you've got a nice Animal Crossing themed 3DS. So really like this one as well. To go along with this, there's also this Timmy and Tommy cover plate. Love this one. Love Timmy and Tommy so much as characters, and this is really cute. So yeah, these are a couple Animal Crossing themed ones I have. I know there's a couple more. There was one for Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer as well. And there was another one, I think that was just Isabelle themed. I think there was a lot of Animal Crossing ones actually that had Labelle or Label, however you want to pronounce her name. So yeah, lots of Animal Crossing stuff as well for these cover plates. Getting back to Mario though, we got a few more here. I got this Super Mushroom cover plate. We got this one for Luigi. Got this one for Peach. I think I might actually open this Peach one and see how it looks, because Peach is a great character. I love Peach. She doesn't get enough love when it comes to kind of having her own games, although we have seen from a recent direct that she is getting another game. Thankfully, that's awesome to see. But yeah, I'm going to open this one up and see how it looks on the 3DS. This one is once again kind of a glossy one, so you want to be careful not to scratch it too much, but you can just pop that in on the top again. And there you go. You got a Peach themed new 3DS. Again, this looks awesome. Kind of looks best when it's almost opened up all the way where you won't even be... You'll never play your new 3DS like this at all, but, you know, really cool. I want to see what it looks like closed. Oh, she's looking. She is, she's staring at someone. She's judging people. This one I actually really like, kind of just the half look here. The fact that you can see her eyes and her face looking at something. I really like how this looks, just even like this, without the bottom side here. But on the bottom, looks a little weird by itself. But yeah, that's Peach. Love that one. Now here we go. This is one of my other favorites here. This is the Mario Maker one. I believe they released this as a bundle in North America where you could buy a new 3DS and you would get these cover plates. Don't know if Mario Maker actually came with it, but I love this one. You got all the sprites on here from Mario Maker, the different sprites that they used. And let's open this one up because, man, I would love to see what this one looks like on the system itself. And grab this, pop this in on this side. I think this was one of the more popular cover plates and the one that people were really going after more than some of the other ones. So got the bottom here, boom, pop that in. Man, that just looks really nice. Man, these sprites, these little sprites from Mario Maker are some of my favorite aspects of that game. And it's such a shame that Mario Maker 2 kind of went away with these. And they kind of lost it for the original version of Super Mario Brothers on Mario Maker 2. But yeah, I love this cover plate so much, and it just looks fantastic. Samus up there, really nice. KK, so many great little sprites. Awesome cover plate. And just to wrap things up as well, I do have a couple more here. Here's a Poogie cover plate. This is from Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, or 4G as it was called in Japan. I don't think this was ever released in America. This one is from Japan, and yeah, I mean, this is cool. You just got a little Poogie cover plate with the little pig eyes and nose there, and a little design for its outfit on the bottom. And then one other special one I kind of have is this Dragon Ball Z cover plate. I don't remember where this came from. This was only in Japan, but this one is definitely a much harder one to find, and it's one of the few third-party cover plates that were released. I know there was actually maybe a couple for Dragon Ball Z. There was some Mickey Mouse ones or Disney ones, I think, as well. And then other designs for cover plates included, there was these clear green and pink ones and clear blue and yellow ones, as well as just regular designs like a star pattern, striped patterns, kind of more generic designs that didn't have to do with any sort of video game or whatnot. So those were there to allow you to kind of customize your 3DS a little more, just more plainly. And those are a lot easier to find, I think, out there if you want to customize your 3DS or find these new 3DS plates. Those more minimalistic designs are definitely easier to find and still really cool though. Another fun thing you can do if you're an absolute madman is actually mix and match plates from different series. So you could have half Animal Crossing and half Mario Maker if you want. This is crazy. I think you're absolutely crazy if you do this, but you know, it's possible. And that's what I love about these cover plates. You can kind of do whatever you want with them, and you know, it makes it your own. Do what you want, even if you're crazy. You can do this and do it with all the other cover plates as well. Now, I mentioned the new 3DS XL here and how you did not really have the option to replace cover plates on this thing. Well, I was kind of lying, because as you can see here, I have a black cover plate on the bottom. Originally, this Majora's Mask 3DS came with a gold bottom, but I replaced it here with the black one. And how did I do that? Well, what I got here are some replacement battery cover plates that Nintendo sold on their website. So this one here is from the Monster Hunter new 3DS XL, the special edition version. And I actually use this with my Majora's Mask 3DS quite a bit. I love that like silver and gold contrast. And I know I just called people crazy for mixing and matching different cover plates, but whatever. I did it too, and I did it with my new 3DS XL because I wanted to, and it was cool. So yeah, it was really, really interesting. Like this is one that they sold on their website. You could get replacement ones. You can't do it anymore, but I thought, I would buy this since it would be cool to kind of mix and match and swap things out. And here's like I said, the original gold bottom cover for the Majora's Mask 3DS. You can see kind of would match it there, and it's got the barcode actually from when I purchased it. The ones that you purchase from Nintendo's website, the replacement ones, don't have that little barcode down there. So I've got that one. And then finally, I have this bottom battery plate that came with the Metroid Samus Returns new 3DS XL. Hugely disappointed, as I said earlier, that I never picked up the actual new 3DS XL, but for some reason I went out of my way to buy this bottom battery cover, and it would probably look decent to go with this Majora's Mask 3DS XL, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't think I'm going to use this thing, but it's cool to have. It's cool to have this little replacement, I guess, and it was an option that you could possibly use if you wanted. One final thing I wanted to talk about as well is that this isn't the first time Nintendo has kind of dabbled in replaceable cover plates or things like that. Back when the Game Boy Micro came out, you could actually grab different cover plates for these things, and I think some of the bundles actually came with 2 or 3 different cover plates you could use. They had these little notches on the side here that you could, these 2 right here, if you pressed both of them in at the same time, you could kind of remove the cover plate. I don't have any tool that allows me to do that. I could probably use like a paper clip or something, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would ever replace this cover plate on this Famicom Edition Game Boy Micro, but the option was there, and they kind of, once again, they wanted to do that sort of customizability thing with the Game Boy Micro and make it cooler and more hip for the kind of teens and younger, little older adults out there. And an even more obscure thing were these GameCube jewels, as people call them. This is a Metroid Prime jewel that Nintendo gave out with little bundles that they sold in Europe. And you can actually replace the little top jewel on your GameCube, the thing that says Nintendo GameCube. It has the GameCube logo on it. You could replace that on some models of the GameCube. Some of them did not have that ability, but most of them do. And this is one that you could put onto your GameCube. And there were other ones like Tales of Symphonia that was only released in Japan, but there was like a Donkey Konga ones, Mario Party ones. So yeah, even with the GameCube, Nintendo kind of dabbled with the whole customizability thing, and I think that's really cool. I would love to see them do something similar with another system in the future. Well, there you go, guys. I know I kind of rambled quite a bit about these cover plates and stuff, but I really do think they're awesome, and they made the original new 3DS really unique, especially compared to just the regular new 3DS XL. And it kind of became my preferred 3DS system because of it, because of its quirkiness, because of it just made it more fun. Even though it had smaller screens, I kind of just enjoyed using this system more because of all this stuff. And I hope Nintendo does go back and do something similar to this in the future with some future systems, because it really does make these systems more fun, even though, you know, you're kind of buying more stuff and you're paying Nintendo more money. But, you know, I love spending money. I love capitalism, right? We all love capitalism so much. Anyway, yeah, this was cool. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this and going through some of these different designs, different cover plates. Catch you guys on the next one.